Hi everyone, it's Josh from Dungeon Boys, welcoming you back for another episode of adventure as we play through The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. In our last episode, we helped Jingle Jangle with her truffle trouble, Sir Talavar is set free, and we found a water spout with a prize inside. What secrets will we uncover, and what adventure will we find? Join us as we explore more of The Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
80 pounds, all cat.
Okay.
80 pounds?
He's
taller than a human, though.
But he's slender.
He's taller than a human.
It's like a skeleton with a cat wrapped around it.
You give me some flair. How do you jump
He's
in?
not particularly strong.
Head first, hands first,
with
timidly, with style.
Just kind of like as crouched as he can. He's gonna like push off of the stone with his hands and feet. Just try to like get into the center and go straight up.
All right, you jump into the center of the water. It is extremely fast moving, but with your strength and dexterity, you're able to press into the water. Hopefully, you've held your breath, and you begin to be very quickly propelled upward by this flow of sludge, directly up. Now, you must roll. This was going. I think we're going to call this acrobatics to be able to gather as many trinkets as you can.
Can I give myself bardic inspiration?
Not inside this water. If you could have, if you did so before you did it, I think so. But at this point,
Rusty, you seeing this?
Yeah, that looks kind of fun.
Are we gonna do this?
If he gets it done, I don't suppose we really need to, but I kind of want to.
I mean, I can see it. Prince, you all right in there?
all you hear is the rushing water. By this time, roll an acrobatics, I guess, a dexterity saving throw to see. Or
what? Two different things.
Yeah, roll an acrobatics check, not a saving throw. This isn't happening to you. You're attempting something.
I don't do it.
Hold on, I've got a system in my head.
I got 9.
Okay. In my head, I'm going to offer, the DM is going to offer the system to the public. There were 4 trinkets. You're obviously a dexterous person. 5 is 1 trinket. 10 was going to be 2. 15 was going to be 3, and then 25 or 20 was going to be all 4. So you're able to nab 1 of the trinkets on the way out. I need to go find out what.
I could have just flown up there and grabbed all 4 of them. Mm-hmm. But I'm a frugal man.
You can fly? Oh yeah, with your
crown, yeah.
I could just send my bird to go now.
Yeah, but he doesn't know it's there. He just knows there's stuff there.
I could have told him this, yeah.
You could have, but you didn't.
All right.
I mean,
so I'm gonna roll a quick.
Because we're riding a snail up a well.
I'm gonna roll a quick D100.
This is D&D, man.
I
Weird
know.
stuff happens every day.
88.
That's breakfast.
Your trinket is number 88
A
on the table.
full-grown cow.
You just slam into it, break every bone in your body.
I got it.
On your way, shooting out of the water, you grab onto a candlestick with a candle in it. It's a well, thank you so much for saving me.
Put it back.
We are very late. The semester wants us. No, you just grab a candlestick. You shoot out of the water off to the side and go tumbling down and splat into the 5-foot murky mud below, gripping a candlestick with a candle in it.
Prince, you good?
It's rather ornate. It is a silvery-looking candlestick. 3 trinkets remain at the top, though.
Cool.
You splat into the mud.
Prince, you good?
I give a thumbs up. I imagine I landed kind of face first.
Hey, what is it?
I hold up the candlestick.
Do we want to throw a rope at him? Towards him?
Where did you end up?
I guess behind the snail.
On the mud
feet.
beneath you somewhere. I mean, you splat into the mud and then sink down and eventually stand up with your head above the mud and your arms, I presume.
How much damage did you take?
That's 40 feet. It's a pretty good fall.
There's also mud.
Yeah,
but it's soft.
He's
It's soft
squishy.
mud.
Squishy.
What was it is you take damage 10 feet a D.
Not really even surface tension.
So after 20 feet, it's 1d6 every 10 feet.
Let's just say you take 1d6 of damage because of the mud. Just 1d6.
Okay.
I think I have a cool idea.
Okay.
So we at the top of this well?
Yeah,
thing?
at this point, Robert's head is peeking over the lip of the thing. He looks, his eye stalks turn back at you, and they like go side to side, like I can't go any farther.
Climb
So-
the water, Robert.
So at this point, you are on the well. The snail shell is sticking out as like a platform right next to this water.
All right, I'm gonna.
Prince, are you done? I think I have an idea. Unless you want to try again.
Well, I'm gonna make my way back up and try again, unless you completely succeed.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot then.
All right, and I'm gonna move up that way.
Wait,
Okay.
hold on.
I have to
Begin
wait.
the climb.
I'm sorry. Could I possibly? How tall is this? 30 feet? 40 feet?
The well is 10 feet. The water is 30 feet higher than the well. So 40
Okay.
feet.
Do you think I could tie the rope around Robert and then lower it down?
Around.
Yeah, wrap a rope around Robert's shell and drape a rope down.
Mhm.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna do that, and then try to find him and do it. Then.
You take the rope in your hand, one end of it, you swing it around, it goes around the backside of Robert's shell, you catch it with the other hand and tie it off, and now there's a rope down to the bottom.
Dang.
Huh?
I said dangling.
Oh, I thought you said
Well, like,
dang.
although you said dang it, like I screwed something over.
The challenge. It's gone.
Oh wait, I'm gonna use my
Who's
new
right
hat
there?
of wizardry.
Ooh.
I can use any cantrip if I pass a intelligence DC check.
You smart cookie.
I forget that you're smart. It's not
I
charismatic.
just done that.
Yeah, I'm just real in charismatic. DC 10 intelligence arcana check. I got a lot of the arcanas. So that is a 13. So I do succeed on that.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Shape Water. You
Shape water.
Yeah, you can cause the water to form into simple shapes and animate at your direction. This change lasts for 1 hour.
Like a swan.
Yeah. I'm going to shape it into like a single layer of the water that's flowing up. I'm going to shape it into a net so it like floats up to the top as the water is rushing up and grabs onto the items.
I like this.
Splashes out.
A water net.
Yes.
But-
Okay.
It's still just water, though. It doesn't add solidity to it.
Does it not?
What's the spell set?
It's
It
water.
doesn't say.
You can make it into ice.
Because, yeah, you're supposed to just shape.
It just says it doesn't have enough force to cause damage.
So, yeah, you're essentially just, like, making images in the water.
I feel. I mean, so I guess we have to figure out: does the magic forcing this water into the shape of a net, is it enough to make sure that the water remains forced into the shape of a net when it hits an object?
I guess it depends on the weight of the object.
I think there's another cantrip that allows you to, like, freeze the water.
I mean,
Control water?
I think
That's
Shape
a-
Water
I think
allows
that's
me
a
to freeze
spell.
it as well. You
So-
freeze the water provided there are no creatures in it. The water
You-
unfreezes in 1 hour.
Instantaneously move or otherwise change the flow of water you direct. So just
Yeah, it's a 5-foot cube. I can just redirect the whole stream for like 1 second.
it lasts for an hour.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
think that's, like, you can keep shifting it back and forth, like, during that hour. So, like, once
The
you cast
question
it, you can
is-
just move it back and forth.
Does Rusty believe his water net idea will work?
I suppose.
Then that sounds like that's what we have to do, regardless of whether it will work or not.
I mean, he passed an intelligence check. I figure. I
I need
mean,
another pen, by the way. This one's not working anymore.
do you
You
want me
freeze
to roll? Do you want me to roll intelligence to see what idea would work?
I don't think Rusty's that type of guy. I think he would just do it.
I like the sound of it.
Well, Rusty is an intelligence-based character. Like he acts goofy because he doesn't have any reason not to, but he's not dumb. So I mean, I don't know it as the player, but I feel like Rusty would know how
Things
stuff
work.
works.
I say give it a
I
shot.
like it. Let it rip, and I'm gonna deal with it as we.
All
as
right,
we go.
cool.
Pull the
I
cord.
do it.
I make a watery net of water in this watery fall of flowing water.
Okay.
Mud and grime and muck and Rusty's juices.
Lots of juices.
So many.
It's
juices.
just a drain for that,
I would
that
hate to
puddle
be-
you took a bath in.
I would hate to be anyone who's standing beneath this snail right now.
Okay. So, The net begins to rise. You cast your spell. Is there any components or any verbal components? What do you... Give me some flair.
It's S, somatic. That's
Somatic is verbal.
Huh?
No.
No, somatic is hand gesture.
Yeah.
You flail
So
at it.
I do like a sort of weaving motion, like a weaving a net.
Okay. So you weave... Rusty weaves a net that forms in this water. And it floats up to the top. As it gets to the top... the magic binding this water together for the brief moment that it is bound is enough to move the... It doesn't wrap around them and bring them down to you for any stretch of the imagination, but it is enough to push these things and guide them somewhat to the edge of the water, and the trinkets move to the side and then tumble down. One of them falls down and lands on the lip of the well. There's a small, long, metallic, wand-looking thing
Try to catch it.
that lands on the side of the well. It's falling. You're welcome to try to catch it. Roll an can you
Acrobatics.
catch something? That's dexterity.
It'd be like acrobatics, I think.
Yeah. So that'd be
Athletics
like
is more
Should I
strength
help?
based.
catching would be dex save.
Yeah,
I
acrobatics.
don't
is
think you
dex.
can help him catch a thing.
Okay.
I feel like you just get in the way. Like,
It
Well, I
hits-
was thinking like put my hand under
Not
this hand
my
just
strong
in
suit.
case.
The wand hits your hand.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it.
It hits your hand and then bounces off.
I don't got it.
It tingles off the edge of the well and sticks down into the mud
Well,
right
if-
beside Dermot.
If not helping, can he try and catch it as well?
Yeah.
You're
I
welcome to roll.
He has
roll
longer reach, so
roll
he
a dex
misses it.
save.
He got them long fingers.
10
Yeah.
feet fingers.
I'm gonna throw a toe out there.
Dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Prehensile
17.
toe.
A 17. As it begins to tumble down to the mud, Eric reaches out and grabs this wand-shaped piece of metal.
Hey, you got it.
Grabs it.
It's a lightning rod.
Also falling is something that looks about the size of a baseball, a round thing.
What's that?
It looks more like an eyeball than anything else. It also splats against the side of the well and then rolls off down towards the mud where Dermot is.
Are we catching?
Dermot.
Brent, God,
I said it twice.
like
three.
2 weeks ago, I couldn't have told you your character's name from the Straw campaign, and now I can't get it right.
I am so seeing that these guys are trying to catch the items. I'm just kind of like waiting. If it makes it past them, then I want to try to catch it.
Okay, so the eyeball is falling down. Roll that dex save.
May I?
Yeah, whoever else.
Yeah, you've dropped the wand.
14.
14. You're able to palm this eyeball as it splats against your hand. It is definitely an eyeball.
It goes a little bit between your fingers
And
before it
then
springs back.
I throw it down.
the next one, the final trinket, is the one of the most irregular shape. It falls down directly towards the back of the snail. It looks like a pair of oddly shaped bolos. If you've seen it's some two odd items tied together, falling towards you.
Those would be balls.
Would they be? They're irregularly shaped, so not quite
there you
spheres. But they're following towards you, and they look as though they have been affixed together in some way. But they are headed directly for the snail. Currently, Rusty is forming his net.
Catch it,
so
Robert. Catch
It's
it.
falling directly for Rusty's head as we speak.
Do I have time to grab that one too? Or
You're
am I
currently
too
holding
busy?
a
Okay.
wand. You have a disadvantage at now catching this bolo thing because
I'm
it's
gonna
very
try
irregular.
anyways.
If he falls, I do not try to catch him.
Okay. Who?
Him.
Okay, gotcha.
Any of them.
15. That's dexterity saving throw, right?
With disadvantage.
19. 8. 17.
A 17. You're able to grab onto the string, tying these two things together, and as they hit your hand and swing around, wrapping around your wrist, you notice it's a pair of boots tied together.
Hey.
It's Michael Jordan sneakers.
Oh!
I was hoping that he'd have the whole twig in one hand and berries in the other.
Robot testicle.
That'd be awesome.
So you now have these trinkets. As you have these trinkets, the water does begin to subside a little bit, as if they were linked together somehow. You can neither confirm nor deny whether that is, but the water begins to go down and the rain begins to cease, and it kind of returns to a slow gurgling over the side.
Rusty, did you turn the water off?
No, at least not intentionally.
That's a little too convenient.
We see anything going on with those sparkling sparkles?
Yes, I was wondering if y'all were going to make what y'all were going to do with Robert. Y'all are just kind of sitting up there on the snail. Prince is down there glurbling in the mud right now, I assume.
Well, I was like trying to climb up.
Okay.
So I imagine I'm like right above with like one hand on, like trying to catch.
Okay.
I'm gonna give the wand to Rusty because I know he likes trinkets and all that, and I'm gonna keep the boots on with me, and then to have one hand to tell the snail what to do, animal handling.
Okay, sure.
Back it up.
No, wait. Robert, no.
21.
Back of his shell lights up
21.
red.
You say good job, Robert, and Robert begins to back himself down the well and into the mud. Prince, I assume you maybe go to one side as you hold on to the side, and the shell of the snail re-enters the mud as you all shift your weight, making another platform in this glurbly mud hole that you find yourself in.
When you make an athletics check to keep
This time it's pretty simple.
Alright.
I'm gonna reach down and pat the snail.
Okay.
I was gonna
Good
do
job.
the same
Good
thing.
job,
That's why I
Robert.
wanted.
I'm sorry, but
Not one of my
I
hands
can't
free.
help but think that
Gotcha.
anytime Robert
My
makes
bad.
any of these
You're fine.
delicate maneuvers, that it sounds like a very large diesel engine.
Oh, Robert's rolling coal again.
Do we know what these items do?
No. But before you even know what these items do, you hear a whooshing.
Whooshing.
A sound of magical whooshing from the well. Whoosh. And then before you, you see some brightish lights. Almost like little circular spirit lights. And you hear a few different voices.
Uh-oh.
The first voice that you hear, the one that rises above the rest, as it's there's a clamor. It's like, "Oh, wait a second! Don't you take that stuff from us! That was my candlestick." But the voice you hear the most, as these 4 different spirit orbs, these wisps appear above you, you hear, "Not so fast, me boy! You won't be living with me boots like that, no, you will not."
Wait. How big are these boots?
They're very small.
I see.
Hey, anybody know who that is?
A rabbit?
Rabbits don't
People
fly
that
around.
lost
It's
their
not
items.
normally.
I don't know.
No, you wouldn't know who I was or who I am. Obviously, you're just here to take my trinkets.
Do you know who we are?
The dark. Can't say I care.
Whoa. Can we have time to explain ourselves?
Yo, please explain yourself.
Waters. What was the thing called again?
Well,
The well shot out with water, and we were just trying to we saw trinkets and we wanted to get them to see what they were, because we didn't want to lose them.
Well,
See
now
if-
you've seen them.
wait,
Give them back.
To see if there was anyone else that wanted them. See if they
There
were
is.
theirs.
We 4. We want them back. Give
We
them
don't
back to
mean
us.
to-
I'm gonna speak up real quick.
Please.
We actually came here to see if the trinkets were linked to the well, because the well, we believe, is creating the swamp. And we don't want the swamp, because the swamp, I don't believe, is the natural state of this place.
Right.
And if you have had something to do with the creation of this well and the creation of the swamp, its distortion, and it becoming an abomination unto Sibilna, we will have problems with that.
Yeah, you don't have feet.
No, I don't have any feet, and I certainly don't have anything to do with the swamp. These are just our trinkets. They ended
Now,
up in this well.
why are they yours? I mean, they were just out there. They were in the well. Why are they yours?
Well,
Yeah, this is kind of a little convenient.
it's a sore subject, but we 4 have passed on.
Obviously.
We've passed on to we're bound here by these trinkets.
So if we break them, you pass on?
Just give them back, okay? We've agreed that we want to keep the trinkets with us here in the well. We don't know what happens when the trinkets go away. Don't have unfinished business. We're bound here by our trinkets. We're happy to be that way. Now give them to us. But Now, real quick, let me parlay with the group. He turns around. It's an orb. The orb turns around to the other group, and you hear some
It's
whisperings.
got little orb butt cheeks.
The orb turns around and he says, "You can hear them saying, oh, they look pretty serious. I'm not sure we could win against the Valley if we wanted to take them." And one of them says, "The candlestick. I really want my candlestick back."
Okay.
Yeah, we really, I really want that eyeball. Spend a lot of time snatching it. And you hear some whispering like, okay, sounds like a plan, me boyos.
So while all this is going on, I want to be doing the same thing with these guys. Like, I don't know. I mean, they're already, like, incorporeal. Like, why do they need stuff? I mean, it sounds like the first sign of a hoarder. Like, is this an intervention? Are we
I
helping?
felt like
Well,
it's
if
kind of too convenient because as soon as we grabbed those, the water dialed down, and as soon as we started heading out, they appeared. So.
They were already up there near the
Oh
island.
really?
that's
Yeah.
true, yeah,
I didn't
they're
see
already
that.
up there.
Oh,
If they
I didn't see
don't
I don't
have
think we pointed
anything
that
to
out.
do with the well, I'm fine giving the candlestick back.
that. Yeah.
But if they are directly responsible or indirectly responsible, I want to stop it. That's
true.
the
Yeah, that's
objective.
true.
That's
That's
why
true.
we're all here. We want to avert crises.
I agree.
The Irish / many other accented orb turns around, and the apologies to anyone who is a leprechaun.
Or an
But-
orb.
The only way to find anywhere close to what a leprechaun sounds like is for me to say me boyo. Take it up, take it up with your local government. I don't know.
The fake
Um,
government.
So he says, "All right, we've come to a few decisions. One, we'd like to tell you, we got nothing to do with the wells. The wells popped up whenever old Lorna took over this region.
Who's Ulorna?
Bev, you're not from around here, are you, me boyo?
He's on to us.
New around town.
I do have.
Bev
a
Lorna
crown.
is the hag that controls the land. And there wasn't a swamp before she arrived, and now there is. Swamp is responsible for tearing down our homes, destroying our livelihoods, and unfortunately for me and my companions here, unfortunately again that I'm stuck here in this well with,
Me boyos?
unfortunately, due to the swamp, we lost our lives. These things are the last vestiges of our physicality that are here in this well, and we got no place else to go. Locked here it's the Feywild. We can't get anywhere else. The trinkets are all we've got. So we've come to an agreement.
That's kind of sad.
If you got something good to trade, we'll be happy to give you what you find. But if you don't have anything in exchange, it'll be our displeasure to dismember you and make you hurt.
I mean,
We've
that
done it
seems-
before.
Seems reasonable.
I wanna
Can
roll
they do
insight
that?
on that last statement.
Yeah, can they
Okay.
do that?
We've done it before.
On
Or
our
dismember.
displeasure to we've done it before. That.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, that's an
I'd
8.
like to do that too.
Okay.
I cannot.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's an orb, so there's not a whole lot you
Yeah.
can glean from him. But
Prince ponders the orb.
yeah. Sometimes the orb ponders back.
I've been waiting.
Anyway,
40 years I've been waiting.
in your pondering, it returns no knowledge as to whether he's being truthful or not. To your
No.
investigation, it seems as though you'd have no reason to believe he's not being honest.
Let me ask you this. Number one, what's your name?
Mia, what's her name?
O'Malley, the
O'Malley.
leprechaun.
All right, O'Malley. What would be a good what you want to trade? What do you want?
We're pretty easy to please. I mean, you're handling a dirty pair of me boots, so
You like truffles? We got truffles. You want truffle? They're sweaty.
a pair of leprechaun boots is more in the trinket category than it would be in a food item. We can't eat food, so
Just as sort of a baseline, so we understand value here. Is it just a pair of boots?
maybe
Is it a pair of boots that's special to you and not many other people?
could be.
It is small boots. None of us.
I take his word for it.
Can I roll Arcana on the candlestick?
Sure.
Why am I holding an eye?
I got a 14.
Another orb speaks up. Because you caught it after you stole it from us. That eye there's from a displacer beast that I killed myself.
Sure it is.
Why did you have an eye from a displacer beast you killed yourself?
I don't have to answer to you.
got a
I'd
good
like
point.
to make an Arcana check on these random boots I have.
Okay. What was yours, Zenas?
14.
14 to check on the candlestick.
17.
You use all your magical prowess to look at the candlestick, and as you push your magical energy upon it to investigate it, the candlestick turns on, and instead of a flame at the top, the flame is in the shape of a dancing fairy.
Take it back. Not like aggressive, but I just like full force just throw it up into the group of lights.
And
Catch it! Catch it coming down.
one of the orbs begins to follow it back up, and you hear him say, "Oh, it looks like we got our answer."
Hey, Prince, why
Of course,
you do
it's the
that?
French one.
I said it was
It was.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a cool candlestick, though.
Yeah, but I have dark vision.
Yeah?
I can see in the dark. I don't need a
Do
candlestick
your
that
eyes
dances.
dance in the dark?
Like a
I'll
little
look
fairy.
around fast enough. Yeah,
Like a little fairy.
I can,
17 on
I
boots.
They're small boots that were once owned by a leprechaun.
User.
At Josh's question of my abilities, I cast Minor Illusion to create an image of the candlestick turned on and dancing in my hand. Like, yeah, sure.
That is a kind of rude.
Oh,
You
that
hear
wasn't-
from the top of the fountain.
That wasn't for you. I had to prove a point to my friend.
Very well.
He proved the point to me. Yeah, it's all good.
22.
Arcana on
Wand.
Wand.
the wand.
Wand of
As you were
immediate
checking,
death.
as you're checking
The wand of holding.
the wand, you're like, oh, this seems like it has some sort of magical thing to it. And while you're waving it around, whenever you point it back towards your metal armor, it sucks to your metal armor. It's a magnetic wand.
I like it.
That's kind of cool. I
How-
thought it was going to be like
Can
a wand of
how
check
strong
arcana.
is it? I want to try and pull it off.
It's pretty tough, but not like an
Couldn't hold me
extreme
up.
electromagnet.
Couldn't hold me up.
That's because there's some nuance to that. Not for long, maybe. Who knows?
All right, cool.
He's lightweight.
Cool. So I'm reach into my bag of holding and take out the iron cage that fairies can't open and stick the wand in there.
Just let it go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now the cage is magnetic. You can just stick it to
Yeah.
your armor.
Hey,
So
that's my wand.
I like this wand. What do you want for it?
As we said before, I mean, we're talking a trade trinket for trinket. We just like it. We're we just love interest in baubles.
You got one orb of an eye here. I got a bag with a whole lot of ball bearings. You want some ball bearings? I mean, that's a lot of little orbs in there.
Anything special about the ball bearings?
There's a lot of them.
Like 1,000.
Like a lot. Like a whole lot.
Any sentimentality to your ball bearings?
Yes,
Yeah, are
they
they
were.
sentimental?
They
Are your
were. They
balls
were
sentimental?
a very important person to me. Maybe.
Maybe. What was this person to you?
Prince, I'm not good with this. Do I just roll with it?
Wait, are you trading this for your item?
For
the
my eye.
You don't even know what that does.
I don't care.
It just changes your eye color.
I don't have an eye from a displacer beast.
If we can do like a group deal.
No. One trinket per trinket.
No. I understand. But with his ball bearings, I will throw in a slingshot. And you guys can
Yeah,
talk
you-
about how cool it would be to use your ball bearings.
No,
on a
no,
slingshot.
that's a tool. It's not a trinket.
Right.
But I am interested. I am interested to learn about why these ball. Now, if they're sentimental enough, I might be convinced. He might be convinced.
You might be.
Might be convinced.
I'm
They
gonna-
they were once owned by a very important person. They were passed on for many generations.
What was this important person up to?
There's too many generations. I don't even remember. But they they defeated a dragon with the other
a dragon.
Yeah, the other half of the
This
1,000
sounds like a
ball bearings.
persuasion.
The other
Yeah.
half.
Can
Yeah.
I, while he's doing that, can I like cast minor illusion on the like inside the bag just to create like a small glowing
Roll sleight
orb?
of hand. So I want you to roll sleight of hand. If it's successful, you can roll persuasion with advantage.
Got an 8.
What's the perception of a will-o-wisp?
I should just drop it straight down. I'll get a better roll. Yeah, I got an 18 that time.
Yeah.
I'll just drop it straight down to 16.
18
Got an
is
So the
8.
will-o-wisp notice you doing something with your fingers down there. God, why?
What you doing with your fingers?
It's going to be one of those episodes.
I'm just pointing at the bag, adding flair to his presentation.
Okay.
It needs a little bit of fanfare.
Hey, Flair is fun. I need to know the story behind these things, sir.
Hold up, I got this. All right, I want to use silent image.
Okay.
So I can cast silent image at will. It's a 15-foot cube of like whatever I want to show going on. So I want to display like this 15-foot big screen 3D like IMAX version of like this warrior who's defeating like this like massive dragon, and it's like, yeah, hold on, yards.
All right.
And he's using nothing but ball bearings, and eventually like the dragon just succumbs, and he falls. He gives up on life. He's done. He's done with this.
So this will add advantage to your persuasion roll, but you still got to persuade this thing.
Yeah,
Roll persuasion.
let's do it.
No, okay.
10.
That's with
Advantage?
advantage.
Oh, advantage? 10. Wait a minute. Let me actually roll a dice here. It's a +3.
Nah, can't do that, bro.
We're gonna do it.
It's two.
Well, that was an 8. So
Yeah, okay. This is whether he's convinced or not by your tale.
all right, let's do it.
1.
That's cool as hell, man.
Hey!
Yeah, give me some of those ball bearings.
All right.
Something like that. 5. 5 will do it. I'll just twiddle them around while we're up there in the well. We can't go far from here.
There you go. You know what? I'll give 5 to each of you. How's that?
No. That particular one moves forward. He says,
Threateningly.
"Don't you give this damn leprechaun any of my ball bearings."
I got you. I got a wink, heavy wink. I got you.
He moves toward the bag.
and I give him 6 ball bearings.
You're good, man.
Hey, I really like this. Right?
The
You
ball
did
bearings
good.
begin to orbit him like planets around the sun as he flies back to the well.
It's actually kind of cool.
That is really
Yeah.
cool.
Nice.
There now remains 2.
Hey, nobody
Wisp?
tell Darla Grom about this.
The leprechaun, the leprechaun is there, as well as the female one
Who
with
owned
the
the
wand.
boots again?
They
The
were just
leprechaun.
boots.
The leprechaun,
Or
or the wisp that sounds like a leprechaun.
Here, leprechaun. Wisp. Here. And these are relatively small.
Oh, you don't want
boots.
me boots now, eh? You climb me well, you jump in me water with your cat friend, and you take me boots and you don't want to trade. Well, fine, I'll be going back. I'll see you in hell, me boy.
And I grab it, hold up. I immediately, when he immediately starts smack talking me, I immediately grab him back. I'm like, listen, man, I joined these two just to save this little small area and regain whatever I lost. Do not give me this crap. Since you're a leprechaun, a magical leprechaun, I just assume these boots were cool and magical, but these are just some old, musty, rusty boots, and I throw them back to you.
You notice the wisp follows the view of the boots flying back towards the well, I presume.
Yeah, I did.
Then he looks back at you, and he gets really close to your face, and he says, "I live in a well full of poop, in a swamp that smells like a giant's arse. All I've got is crap to give." And he flies away.
Well done, sir.
Well done.
Finally, there's one wisp who's like, So you want to make a trade from me from a wand?
Yes, I do. So you like things that have sentimental value? Yes.
We really like this bugbear,
It's the
dude.
flower.
If I were to define an item is something with no sentimental value, but it's not a weapon, and I think a trinket's not a weapon, and really the definition of a trinket is kind of nebulous, but to me a trinket is something with some value to it.
I'll give you 2 options. Option number 1, this inkwell I have.
That's
It was-
close to an item.
My teacher's inkwell.
Oh.
He used it to write his last letter to me.
Oh.
Option number 2, this flower.
No, Rusty, you can't give up the flower.
This flower was with me the day I met my party of adventurers. Many moon ago.
And it's still not wilted?
No, it's
Magical.
it may have been yesterday.
Rusty, you can't give up the flower. It's too much. It's too much.
Flower is 1 to 10. Inkwell is 11 to 20.
Okay.
The flower looks nice.
Prepare.
For those of you listening at home, now is the time to go back and listen to the first episodes if you have not listened to them yet. She moves toward the flower.
At this point, I'm going to put like
maximum
a
power.
capacitor charging in the background.
So you release the flower and it feels as though a spiritual hand has grabbed it. Does anything happen?
Skadoosh.
I don't remember how to activate it. What was it? Did I have to say something to activate it before? Whatever I did last time, I activate it so it farts.
When somebody picks it up. When somebody touches it. Yeah.
Was that it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He grabs the flower and it releases a mighty. and as the sound comes out, as if propelled by the fart, it spins off like a deflating balloon back to the well. And you guys are now alone at the bottom of one of these
Like you
wells.
see a flock of birds fly out of the tree.
In
was
the mud
cool.
and the muck, there's like little shock waves.
I got a
Hear it echoing out of the well.
metal detector.
Hey, that's pretty cool. But
Oh,
you
yeah,
lost the
no.
flower, though.
He can make another one.
That's true. That's true.
So now,
In fact, if I make 2 more items, that flower will just be a flower.
You had a cool candle there for a minute, but I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't have anything to trade, and I don't want to trade anything I have.
You're right.
Not for that.
You jealous?
Huh? No, I'm thinking of what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Before we go, can I toss a gold coin into the well?
sure.
Cool. I take out a gold coin and
I deflect it.
not like a manhole cover size coin, but just a regular gold coin and just flick it over into the well.
Would you?
And I'd say just for safe travels.
Okay.
That leprechaun comes back and be like, "Hey, who did that?"
Come busting up out
Yeah,
that well.
actually, from the top of the well, you can hear, "Well, top of the morning to you." All right, so you guys hop on the snail, and I assume begin to travel down toward where you believe downfall will be. Correct?
Yep.
Ironically,
We
it's
probably
up
should
to
have axed.
where it is.
They don't know.
I
They
don't
live in that
know
well.
if they would give.
Would they know where the witch is?
They live in that well, man.
Okay.
They did well livers.
Hey, fellas.
You guys continue to travel on your snail, going towards where you believe downfall would be. The mud is stinky, got that clough mud kind of smell. You eventually
That's the
travel out of this kind of low spot where the well was. It is probably a good quarter mile. And eventually you get back on top of the mud instead of inside the mud. Robert seems overjoyed to have his whole body outside of the mud as you travel through this difficult terrain.
Does he pick up some speed?
He picks up a little bit of speed.
All
He's,
right.
he's headed towards downfall, as well as kind of headed toward home. Because after an hour or two of riding, clippity and clopping, doing the things that you do on Snailback, unless there's anything that you guys have planned for Snailback travels or conversation.
Nasa.
All right.
I think we're good.
You guys approach what does not look like a town. But you do approach something.
A shanty?
A foggy marsh stretches out before you. Rickety causeways made of wooden planks form a wide web-like structure above the bog. 300 feet away, many of these causeways converge on an enormous ivy-covered tree stump that rises a good 10 feet above the 20-foot-high fog bank that enshrouds it. So you see a big foggy area. You can see a bunch of wooden plank pathways that kind of snake out away from this giant tree stump that kind of peeks out over the fog as you notice it from a distance. And that is
cool.
Directly in the direction that you guys were meant to be traveling.
Hey, anybody else see this, or is the swamp stink getting to me?
No, I see it.
I see it.
Unless we're all getting the swamp stink, I think I see it as well.
Is that the city, and I'm using some air quotes here, that we're looking for?
Yes.
I don't know.
The big shitty.
Right.
It is that.
What do you think? We're going to check it out?
Walking into his house next to us.
Well, it's in the way.
Howdy ho, neighbor.
Hey, I get to make jokes sometimes too.
I just think it's funny to imagine.
You got a briefcase?
Yep.
So, yeah, we're going to check it out?
Might as well.
Let's ride.
As you approach, there comes a point where Robert gets between two of these causeways that kind of 300 feet away from the stump. There's less and less area in between the causeways, and the water tends to get a little bit deeper. These planks are now kind of floating on top of some mud, and he stops moving. He kind of eyeballs those planks, and he doesn't seem to want to go on top of the pieces of wood. They are rickety looking. They got splintery looks to them. You might deduce that a snail doesn't want to get a bunch of splinters in his feet or something like that. I don't know, but also the water gets a little bit deeper. So,
Hey, boy, you okay?
I'm good.
I don't think he was talking to you.
Right?
But I think we'll have to take the rest of the way on foot.
Yeah.
So, no more Robert?
At least not right now.
Yeah.
Robert, stay here, boy.
the eyeballs go up and down.
All right, cool.
But not like nodding, like they just go straight up and down.
As you guys hop off of Robert, he turns his mouth to you with his eyeballs, and his mouth goes like he's...
Give him the truffle.
I'll give him a truffle.
Give him the truffle.
You toss a truffle into Robert's mouth, and he... Delicious. He loves it. He says.
Why does he sound like unhappy Donald Duck?
I don't know.
Hey, tell you what, fellas, I don't know if I like Robert being here by himself.
You gonna stay behind?
No, but I think I'll go with you. I'll go with you, fellas. I'm gonna leave Dez here. Keep eye on Robert.
Your bird is a raven, right?
Yeah.
Your raven circles down from above. I assume maybe it was kind of keeping overwatch or something. It circles down and sits on Robert's back.
Yeah.
Not before it goes down and pecks a little bit of that truffle.
That'll work.
Robert goes, trying to keep all the truffle for himself.
So if Robert eats the bird,
Starts growling.
I'm not going to get back on Robert, number one.
Now,
But yeah, Dez, you stay here. Keep eye on Robert. Make sure, just make sure you two stay out of trouble, okay?
the bird nods.
All right, fellas. What are we looking for here?
The
Is there
adventures
somebody
of
special?
Robert Dundee.
Or maybe like the mayor's house or hut? Or
I don't think we were finding a whole lot over with Jingle Jangle, but maybe we might be able to find some more answers to what we're looking for here. You know, you ask more people, you get more answers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Do we see people?
Yeah, do we?
Well, we're like 300 feet away. Well, is there a path, or is like the water deep? We'd have to swim.
So it is at least as deep as it was. It looks to be at least as deep as it was whenever you guys stood in it earlier, the two of you. So it would be very slow moving. You don't know how deep it is, but it looks about the same quality. And these paths all around you are widespread, but they do seem to kind of converge on this stump. Other than that, there aren't any other structures that you can really see from here. You can see a couple of docks coming off the side of some of these pathways and things. Yeah, the wooden planks you now stand on eventually go out over some water and head towards this big stone.
Hey, Rusty, you gonna be okay with this?
Probably not. Who wants to carry me?
I hold my arms out like
Do
I'm
we
about to
have
jump.
to?
I
That
think you
sounds
should do it.
like acknowledgement to me.
Eric, can you
I'm gonna jump on Eric.
Gosh, kill
Both
me,
sink into the
please.
swamp, never to be seen again.
Oh.
Alright, so I just hold him on my back, I guess.
I'm like a little backpack.
Yep.
Put spurs to him. Giddy up.
All right.
I guess we're doing this now.
Come on, new Robert.
Robert, too.
So you guys begin to walk through the fog on these 5-foot wide plankety causeways. You're walking for a good long while. There are a lot of pathways. There's a lot of, and most importantly,
So wait, we didn't have to walk through the water?
yeah, they're floating on top of the water.
Okay, that'll work.
Oh, you
Was
said they
that-
were 300 feet away.
Okay. Yeah, I thought we had to wade through
stump
the
is like
water.
300 feet away. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So stump 300 feet away from you. Between you and the stump, there are a bunch of wooden pathways over the water.
Okay,
Yeah.
retcon. I
You're just gonna
use
carry him anyway.
Eric
There's-
as a springboard to jump to the path.
Gotcha. Sorry, I didn't. So in my head, I guess maybe I didn't describe it properly. In my head, you guys have come up beside one of these wooden pathways. Before you, your snail companion knows that the water gets deeper, the pathways are treacherous, and whatever else he might know about this area. He stops next to one of those wooden things. You guys are able to hop off onto the wooden path, which will carry you to a web of wooden paths that seem to get more and more congested as they go towards the stump.
That'll work.
Does that make sense?
We need a snorkel for our Robert. Both of you, actually.
All terrain.
So you guys go traveling down these wooden pathways. The fog gets thicker and thicker and thicker to the point where it's hard to even see directly in front of you.
Like a bowl of oatmeal.
Like thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Who has the highest perception? Or as you guys continue to walk towards the stump, who has the highest passive perception?
I got a 12.
I got 13.
Zenith, Prince.
16.
Woo!
16. That's the highest.
Good looking.
Sound like it.
Okay. So.
Going once,
Prince,
going twice.
as you guys walk, everybody else is pretty. I mean, everybody is pretty on alert. You know, you're in a new place, heavy fog, hard to see anything around you. But Prince, keeping his head on a swivel at all times, an odd feeling suddenly comes over you, Prince, as you become aware that somewhere along the way, a hunched, hooded figure has joined your group. There is someone now walking very near to you that's hunched over.
Push him into the water.
You do?
Hey, what was
You
that?
can if you want.
Yeah.
How big is this 100-foot figure?
Good 20 feet tall.
Yeah, I'm imagining like 4 feet tall. So that's
Like,
Okay.
is it just like an orphan child just walking home?
It's about as tall as a regular person.
You okay? What's up? Keys, can I borrow your truck?
Yeah, what's up?
I was with Brennan.
Uh-oh.
She decided to go down to see where Ott Sisters Road went, and it turned into a dirt road. She decided to back into the ditch and get stuck.
Uh-oh.
You want to take my truck? So
No, because I wanted to take. I text you, and then I looked at the tires. I'd like to have his little more aggressive tread tires in the sand.
Okay, it's got 4-wheel drive, too.
That's why I'm not taking mine, because mine only has 2-wheel drive and street tires. So
yeah.
I shall return.
You got anything to pull her out with?
Yeah, I got my chain and a rope and stuff. So.
All right.
If you need something, let us know.
If you need the hitch, it's in the back. Like it's just in the bed.
Juice wants to go.
I save him.
Okay,
The
so
adventure continues.
if you were to evaluate this person to look at their height, they're about as tall as those rabbit things were earlier, but it's hooded. You can't tell that it has ears or anything. So roll
Strength.
yeah, roll an unarmed attack.
Hmm.
Roll an unarmed attack.
Roll your
Or
Your-
just straight strength.
your attempt is to push him off the thing.
Yeah, not hurt him, just push him off into the water.
I'd say a push is an unarmed attack.
I got a 5.
Okay. 5. So,
They push back.
Yeah. Whenever you attempt to turn around and push this creature off of the thing, which I can imagine, like, is this... What's your head? What's your where's your head at? Is it surprise? What is it?
It's not necessarily surprise. It's just like, oh, this person's here. I don't really want them in my space. I wasn't gonna like full blown like turn and like straight aggressive like push them off. Just like if they were beside me, just like shove.
Okay, gotcha. You attempt to shove at them, and even though it was a kind of offhanded, if you're not watching on YouTube, which I imagine most people aren't, but you can. But it doesn't have the cool edits.
Please do.
But because it was kind of an offhand, calm, just get away from us kind of shove, it was, kind of light. But the person you're trying to shove makes a very big show of it. And he says, "Oh, you should not have done that!" And he throws his cloak off as it...
Oh, God!
As
Nothing underneath.
As it waves off... as it waves off into the swamp and splats into the mud and then sinks down. The first thing you notice about this creature is he is a rabbit creature, a herongon. The second thing you notice is that he is wearing a beautiful blue scarf that wraps around his neck, and the long end of it flows 15 feet away from his body into the slow-flowing wind. And he raises his hand. In one hand, he holds... like a brass shield. In the other hand, he holds a branding iron that's red hot on the end. And he says, "You have attempted to attack Agdon Longscarf."
Not Agdon Longscarf.
Yes, Agdon Longscarf, the most fastiest brigand in all of hither.
Question.
Prince, who's your friend?
Fastiest?
The fastiest! Don't you know about being fasty? It's like fast, but faster! Fastier than lightning! And he hops back and forth on the bridge. Meanwhile, in the background, you can hear the sound of bagpipes. Almost,
That's the best bagpipe I've ever heard.
almost hyping him up.
I'd be willing to wager that I'm a little bit faster than you are.
Is it?
Would you now?
Yeah, he's pretty quick.
Just a little bit.
Is it just you? I heard a little bit of something else.
No, it's not just me. It's never just me. Myself and my brigand band are here. And he gestures behind you. There are two boats heading towards you from the other side of the group in the water. Each one of them contains 3 regular-looking herringon fellas brandishing clubs, and another one... hold on, I need to find the appendix. And another one brandishing some sort of ranged weapon, which I will tell you about.
It's a sling.
On page 87.
Is it a corn dog?
It's not...
The ultimate ranged weapon.
It's a corn dog.
Could you imagine a corn dog in your hand and you like sling it and the wiener just flies out like a bullet?
Just off the stick or like completely out of the bread and everything?
Out of the bread.
That's what I was imagining.
It's like breading looks like a shotgun.
Now I wanna have like a massive corn dog that's been shrunk down, and when you throw it, it expands to be like the size of a boat.
I'm curious. What does it say on the page? Like it does? Is it a corn?
No, they're brandishing crossbows as they come towards you.
What kind of music do you play?
The song. What?
He said, "This is my band. This is my merry band."
He says, "Why don't you listen? I hear you've heard the song before." And then the bagpipes begin to play music to the same tune of the song you heard those rabbits singing earlier before you murdered a few of them.
Before I murdered a few of them. Yeah, viciously.
And stole their snail.
I didn't murder any of them.
I murdered some. Stole their sling. Made one of them think he was crazy.
That's right.
Robert, save us!
Good times.
I'm gonna just get... Well, are they too busy singing now?
Are you about to threaten this guy?
No.
Anyway, seriously though, back to the fast thing.
I'm gonna just get straight to the point. What do you want?
Never mind. We'll come around.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
What do you think?
Every side's like, what do you want? It's like,
John,
that's
I guess it's because you growl everything. And
have
you're
you
like,
looked at the
I'm gonna
calendar?
Get down to it.
This is Girl Scout cookie season. You know what they want.
oh, you right.
About tree fitting. Sorry, Keith.
It's okay.
You do D&D stuff.
Agdon says, "You say you're fast, but are you fast enough to stop me?" And he bounds through your group, bing, 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 all the way through down the causeway to the other side.
Can I throw my knife at him?
Hold on. After this,
Still got a belt attached to it.
Yeah, do we get any kind of reaction? As
give me
he's-
your.
I'm gonna take your.
Go ahead and start rolling a
Rabbit's foot?
initiative for me. But this is how we're going to start our initiative roll. I need to know
I don't want that.
Zenus. I also am going to need to know your passive perception.
16, watch this.
16. All right.
Ooh.
So as he
Not
passes
really good.
by you, I need to know
Surprised
what valuables you
Yeah.
have on your person, if anything.
Us or him? I wasn't listening. My bad.
Us.
So I
Why
mostly
would
have
we know
just
what valuables
rations.
he has?
The
Huh? No. I'm
Oh.
asking, like, is he targeting all of us or just him,
Gotcha.
since he was asking?
I've
Gotcha.
got the
I don't know yet.
sword from the thing.
Mhm.
I've got gold, the butterfly crown, and a shrinking potion. Those are the most valuable things I possess.
Okay. He speeds past you, and as he gets on the other side, backed up by his Harangon brigands on the two skiffs coming towards you, as he goes through, he stands, takes a bow, and he holds your monarch crown in his hand.
I'm gonna call out to him. You know, to be honest, I'm not really attached to that. Good job, loser.
Zing.
That's no way to treat the most well-known brigand in hither. Get 'em, boys!